Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make this granny square here. It's super pretty. I mean, think of the color combinations that you could use with this. And this is also a great scrap buster project. It's got a little flower here. I chose to use fall colors, but you can use any colors you want. You know, scrap yarn, whatever. It's very easy. As you can see, there's the flower here in the middle. And then the square breaks off as kind of like a corner square. And then it goes around and then we square it off here at the end. So this square measures, I do tell you that how to make it bigger if you want, approximately 7 inches. Now you like I said, can make it bigger, use any colors that you want. You can make it solid if you want. It's completely up to you. It's very easy to do, as long as you know the basic stitches. I'll teach you how to do these popcorns and anything that's unusual. They're all very easy to do. The square make a very, very pretty blanket. Put a whole bunch of them together to make a blanket. You can make a bag out of it. You could use cotton and sew a couple together. Make 2, sew a couple together, put a little piece of fabric in between, and, you know, make a pot holder or a hot pad, coasters. You know, it's really, the sky's the limit when it comes to a granny square. Tops, you know, you can make pillows. I could go on and on, but you get the gist of it. It's a beautiful granny. Many, many uses. So let's go ahead and get started on it. So here's the yarn I'm using. Of course, you can use any weight yarn that you have. Actually will work just fine. But this is Hirschner's worsted 8. This was a color pack that they had. This one's called Harvest. This one's called Goldenrod. This one is Olive. And this one is Mahogany, in case you guys are interested in that. Then I'm going to be using a size I, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. So let's begin. You can do this in any order of yarn that you like, in any colors that you like. You can make it all solid. You can make it multiple different colors. That is completely up to you. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and start out with the center of the flower. We're going to start with the slip knot on our hook. And we're going to work a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch to form a ring. Just like that. So we're going to be working through the center of this ring. So we're going to start off with a chain 1, which does not count as a stitch. And we're going to do a double crochet 2 together. I'll show you how we do that. It's very easy. So we're going to yarn over and go through the center of the ring and draw up a loop. And yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on our hook. And then we're going to yarn over again, go through the center of the ring, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on our hook, and we have 3 loops that remain. We're going to yarn over and go through all 3 loops like that, and then we're going to work a chain of 2. 1, 2, and now we're going to repeat that until we have a total of 8 of these double crochet 2 togethers through the center of the ring. So again, we're going to yarn over, go through the center of the ring and draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on our hook, yarn over again, go through the center of the ring and draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on our hook, 3 loops remain, yarn over and go through all 3, and chain 2. So now I have 2 double crochet 2 together. You might have to keep sliding them over as you go. We'll do it again. Yarn over, go through the center of the ring and draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again, go through the ring, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 on your hook, 3 remain, yarn over and go through all 3, and chain 2. So I have 3 now, 1, 2, 3, with chain 2s in between them. So I'm going to continue until I get a total of 8, and then I'll meet back up with you. Alright, so I have a total of 8 double crochet 2 togethers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to make sure I chain 2 after my last one, and I'm going to end with a slip stitch here into the first, this little space right here at the beginning, like that. And then I'm going to tie this collar off, and that will be row 1. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in the color, whatever color you want to use for your flower part of it. I guess it's, yeah, flower. Okay. We're going to start in any one of these chain 2 spaces, and please don't worry about this circle right here. We'll sew this up later, so if you have a big circle there, don't fret. We'll take care of it. So in any of these chain 2 spaces, you can go ahead excuse me, and start your yarn. And now we're going to be working popcorn stitches. So we're going to chain 1, which doesn't count as a stitch. Now we're going to be working in this chain 2 space, and we're going to work 6 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6. Now this is how we do the popcorn. Pull up that loop just a little bit, take it off your hook, and go back over to the very first double crochet that you did, and put your hook in the top of it, and then put your hook back on that loop like that, and then just slip it right through just like that, and that is a popcorn. Now we're going to do a chain of 3. 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to do a popcorn in each of these chain 2 spaces all the way around. So we're going to jump to the next one right here, and we're going to work 6 double crochets into that chain 2 space. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now let's do that popcorn. So just pull up your loop a little bit so you don't lose it, and take your hook out. Go back and find your first double crochet way over here, first one of your group of 6, and put your hook right in the top of it, and then back through that loop that you took it out of. Kind of pull your loose yarn down on your hook, and just pull it right through that double crochet. Sorry about that. And just pull it right through just like that, and then you can kind of pull it tight, and there it is. Then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we'll move over to the next chain 2 space. We're going to do another popcorn, so we're going to put 6 double crochets into the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go up your loop a little bit, remove your hook, find your first double crochet of that group of 6, put your hook in it, and then back into the loop that you took it off of, and just pull it right through that double crochet. Give it a little tug, and there's your popcorn. And again, we chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and repeat again by putting a popcorn into the next chain 2 space, chain 3, popcorn into the next chain 2 space, chain 3. We're going to do that all the way around until we make it back to our starting point. Alright, I just made my last popcorn, and I want to make sure I chain 3 after it. And then I'm going to end in a slip stitch. Now if you look in the back of your first popcorn, it doesn't have to be exact. It's somewhere back here. you just slip stitch into. I'm going to do that loop right there. All right, remember, it doesn't have to be perfect on this part, just somewhere back there. And then I'm going to change colors. That looks pretty already. I love fall colors though. All right, so we'll go ahead and tie that off. And now I'm going to bring in the color, next color, which is going to act as my leaves, I guess, for my flower. So I'm using some green. And again, let me cut a few of these tails so they're not just hanging out doing nothing and getting in the way. I already crocheted those in as I went, so. All right. Now you bring in your next color. And we can start in any one of these chain 3 spaces here. All right. So we're going to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch. Now in this first chain 3 space, we're going to start squaring off, all right? So we're going to go ahead and put 3 double crochets into the space. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to chain 2 and go back into the same space and work 3 more doubles. If you need to slide them over, that's fine. So 1, 2, and 3. So that is the first corner here. Now we're going to jump to our next chain 3 space, and we're just going to work 3 double crochets into it. There's 1, 2, and there's 3. Again, now we're going to jump to our next chain 3 space, and we're going to make that one a corner. So we're going to go into it and we're going to work 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and then 3 more doubles back into the same space. 1, 2, and 3. And this is what we're kind of repeat around for round 3. So we're going to go ahead and jump over to the next chain 3 space, and we're just going to put 3 double crochets into this one. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then the next chain 3 space will be a corner, so we'll go into that one and we're going to work 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3, a chain of 2, and 3 more doubles into that space. 1, 2, 3. The next chain 3 space will be, so you can see we have 3 corners now. The next chain 3 space will be just 3 double crochets into that space. 1, 2, and 3. And then, excuse me here, the next chain 3 space will be our final corner. So 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. Like that. And then we're coming up on our very last chain 3 space, and it's just going to have 3 double crochets in it. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to end this row 3 by slip stitching into our first double crochet here, and I'm going to tie this color off. clip it. There we go. And that is what it looks like so far. I like it. Looks nice. Now we're going to start working where it goes kind of out like this, like a triangle formation that you saw. So bring in another color, whichever you decide to use, or the same color. It doesn't matter. Color combos are endless on a square like this. So you could start in any chain 2 space that you wish. I'm going to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch. I'm going to work 3 double crochets into that space. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to jump to my next chain, my next space, which is in between these 2 sets of, right here. In between the double crochets, this space. There's no chain space, but it is a space. And I'm going to work 3 double crochets into that space. There's 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to jump to the next space here. That's in between the set of double crochet. Remember, there's no chain space or anything there. It's just a space. I'm going to work 3 double crochets into that space. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And now the next space is the corner. So I'm going to go ahead and put a corner into this space. So I'm going to work 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, go back into the same space, that's the same corner, and work 3 double crochets again. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. Now I'm going to jump in between the next set of double crochets, so right here, and I'm going to work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and there's 3. And then the next set, which is right here, I'm going to work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, like that. And then in this next corner right here, we're just going to work 3 double crochets into that corner. So there's 1, 2, and there is 3. So we're not going to go all the way around it. That's how it's going to be. So now what we're going to do is a chain of 2, 4, 3, 4, and turn our work like that. And we're going to go ahead and jump into this little space in between. We turned our work. I'm keeping the same color on my hook. Chain 4, turned. So I'm on the back side of my work now. And I'm going to work in this space right here and work 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to jump to the next space right here in between the sets of doubles and work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And then again, this next space right here in between the set of doubles, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're at the point or the corner of the square. So we're going to go into that spot and we're going to work 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and work 3 more doubles back into that chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to come across here and we're going to work 3 doubles in each of these spaces here. So 3 double crochets in this next space. 1, 2, and 3, and jump to the next one. 3 doubles into the next space. 1, 2, 3, jump to the last space here. 1, 2, and 3, like that. And then we're going to end by putting I'm going to chain 1 and put a double crochet into the last stitch. Double crochet right there, and that will end that row. And I'm going to clip that color of yarn off and switch colors. All right, so this is what it should look like after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. This is the right side of our work now. And you can see that the square is kind of going at an angle. This is the only corner that we're working in at the moment. So we're going to go ahead. We have the right side of our work facing us. So we're going to start right here in the space that we just ended right here. We're going to start into that space, with any color you choose. I think I'm going to bring in the yellow again, I guess. So pull her on through. I'm going to try to hide these 2 tails as I go. Hopefully I can achieve that. No one likes sewing in tails, right? Okay, I'm going to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and I'm going to work 3 double crochets into that space. So there is 1, 2, and there's 3. Just like that. Now I'm going to jump over here to this next space and work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and there's 3. And then I'm going to jump over to the next space right here. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and there's 3. And then the next space right here, 3 double crochets. 1, sorry about that, 2, and 3. And now I'm at the chain 2 space of the corner. So in that space, I'm going to work 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 more doubles. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to work across here, putting 3 doubles in each of these not chain spaces, just spaces in between until I make it to the end. So 3 doubles in each of those. There's 1, 2, 3. Jump to the next one. 1, 2, 3. Jump to the next one. 1, 2, 3, and then the last one is this space right here. We're going to go ahead and put 3 double crochets into this space. 1, 2, 3, like that. And then we're going to keep the same color, chain 1 and turn, I'm sorry, chain 4 and turn our work. Now we're working on the back side. So we're going to jump to this first chain space and work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to repeat what we just pretty much did a while ago. It's going to be 3 double crochets in each of these spaces here. And then when you get to the corner chain 2 space, it's 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. And then we're going to work 3 double crochets in each of these little spaces here. Like I said, they're not really chain spaces, they're just kind of spaces in between. Until we make it here to the last one, and that's where I'll meet back up with you. Alright, I'm coming here. This is round 7, I do believe we're on. And I just did 3 double crochets here. We're on the back side of our work. And now I'm going to end by chaining 1 and putting a double crochet here into this very last double crochet here on the end. Like that. And then I'm going to tie this off. And I'm going to switch colors again. It's actually kind of fun switching colors and choosing, because you can just do so many different colors. So I'm going to flip my work over like that. And that's what it looks like. So now what I'm going to do is pick a color and I'm going to square it off all the way around. Now if you want to make this bigger, you can just continue doing these 2 rows in the same manner, back and forth like this, for as long as you want it to be. But I'm going to stop here, and when you get it as big as you want it, I'm going to go back. I think I'm going to go back to my multicolored, you know, just for some pizzazz. Okay. So this time we're gonna square it all completely off. So we're gonna start right here where we just ended here. I'm gonna try to hide these 2 tails as we go. So start in this space here and bring in your next color. Chain 1, which does not count as a stitch. And we're going to make this right here a corner. So we're going to go into the space. You might have to slide it over if you need to. I'm going to start it down here just a little bit. All right. Chain 1, which does not count as a stitch. And I'm going to work what I do in the corners. 3 double crochets. There's 1. Sorry, I'm just having trouble getting this. My tail's hidden at the same time. 2, 3, and then I'm going to chain 2, go back into the same spot, and work 3 more double crochets. There's 1, 2, and there is 3. So now we're making 4 corners on this piece now. Okay. So there's corner number 1. Now I'm going to work 3 double crochets in each of these spaces here until I get to my next corner. So I'll begin 3 doubles into the next space. There's 1, 2, 3, 3 doubles into the next space. There's 1, 2, 3, 3 doubles into the next. 1, 2, 3, 3 doubles into the next. 1, 2, 3, and now I'm at a corner. Or if you made yours bigger, you would just do this until you get to the corner. And I'm going to do the same thing that I do in every chain 2 space, which is 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. There's 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 more doubles. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to work 3 doubles in each of these spaces here until I make it right here. And I'll meet back up with you right here, and we'll put a corner right here. All right, so 3 doubles, 3 doubles, 3 doubles, 3 doubles, meet you right here. All right, so I made it across with my 3 doubles in each of those spaces, and I'm at this little space here at the end, and I'm going to turn that into a corner. I'm going to work 3 doubles, a chain 2, and 3 doubles. There's 3, chain 2, and 3 more doubles. Like that. Now we're going to be working up this side here. So we're going to put 3 doubles into this space here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to put 3 doubles into this space here, which is actually, if you look, it's a corner space, but we're going to go ahead and put 3 doubles into it. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 doubles here into this space. 1, 2, and 3. 3 doubles here into this next space. 1, 2, 3. And now we are at our corner space here. See here from the beginning, and we're going to put a corner into that chain 2 space. So 3 doubles, a chain of 2, and 3 more doubles into that chain 2 space. There's 1, 2, and 3. So now we're going to work down. I'm going to put 3 doubles in each of these spaces. This space here, and then I'll meet this space here, and I'll meet back up with you here where we started. So remember, 3 doubles in this space, 3 doubles in this space, 3 doubles in this space, which was at one time a corner, and then 3 doubles in this little space here that's kind of on the end, and then we will be back at our starting point. All right, so I've made it here to where we started the first corner, and I'm going to go ahead and end by slip stitching into my first double crochet and tie that yarn off. That. Now, one more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to edge it with a row of single crochet. What color should I use? I'm going to use red, I think. So, after you finish making it as big as you want to make it, you know what? We didn't use much green. How about I use green? I'm sorry. I'm so indecisive. You use any color that you want. So start in any chain 2 space with whatever color you're going to edge it in. And chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, we're going to go back into this chain space, and we're going to work 4 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to work along, putting 1 single crochet into every single stitch. And don't forget this first one because sometimes it hides. Just go right into it and single crochet, and then 1 single crochet in every stitch. We're not going in between the spaces anymore, all right? We're just doing 1 on the top of every stitch until we get to our next chain 2 space. All right, I'm almost at my chain 2 space. And in the chain 2 space, we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other one, and we're going to work 4 single crochets in it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll start again working 1 single crochet in every stitch. So this final round is 1 single crochet in every stitch and 4 single crochets in each of the corners or the chain 2 spaces. And I'll meet back up with you when we get back, or when I get back to the beginning. All right, so I've made it back to my starting point, and I'm going to go ahead and end and slip stitching into the first single crochet that I made here. Maybe, just maybe I'll get it. There we go. And then I am going to tie this off. Now that is it. I just gotta hide some tails. Oh my gosh, I love it. It looks just like fall. It's so pretty. But think of all the color combinations that you could do with this. It doesn't just have to be fall, Christmas, just any scrap yarn. That's gonna be cool. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna show you how to hide this. Close up this circle here that's in the center. So you take the tail that we left and you put it on a yarn needle. And we're just gonna take it, we're on the back side, and weave around kind of in a circle and pull tight as you go. And this is gonna close it up. Hopefully it closes it up. No, it'll close it. Pull it tight. And this is also hiding your tail at the same time. And just like that, she's closed. And once it's closed up, just go back one time in the opposite direction to lock that tail so it doesn't come undone. Just like that. So that tail is hidden. And that circle is closed. I got one more tail here to hide. Some people ask me to show how I hide my tails on camera. I don't usually normally do that, but I can do it. Pull that through, flip it over to the back, and then I'm going to neatly weave it in under the stitches. Now since it's the finishing row, you don't want to pull too tight because you don't want it to warp your stitches there. And then I'm going to go back in the opposite direction to lock it in place. There we go. And I'm going to hide, or clip that one off. So there we go. There's the back side. And here is our front side. Love it. And I hope that you do too. Oh, it's so pretty. I hope that you enjoy my tutorial. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you look in the description box below, there'll be a link to well over 1,000 crochet tutorials. They're all free for you to enjoy. And give this video a like if you enjoyed, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. That always helps me out. And until next time, have a good day. Bye, everybody.